Hey, this is Wade Betz over at Guardian Mortgage Company. Thanks for visiting my video blog today. Today's topic is what's involved in the loan process. So the loan process basically starts once a lender has a 1003. That's also known as a loan application, and with that they'll pull a credit report. From there they're going to request the specific documentation from you to pre-approve you for your loan. As we covered in a previous video, the documentation most common is tax returns, W-2s, paycheck stubs, bank statements, things like that. The list goes on, but those are the most common documents. So once you're pre-approved for your loan, you're free to go out and shop for your home and place a property under contract. Once you actually get the property under contract, just make sure to forward that contract to your lender so that we can update the federal disclosures to be sent to you. We're required to send you federal disclosures called a loan estimate within 3 days of you identifying a property address to us. So make sure to get us that contract as soon as you can so that we can get you these updated figures accordingly. Once we have those disclosures electronically signed, we'll be able to move your file forward into underwriting. So in underwriting, the underwriter is going to review everything and issue what's called a conditional loan approval. So at that point, the processor would be in contact with you to introduce themselves and send you a needs list, which would help clear those conditions. And by conditions, I typically mean like we need an updated bank statement, or the paycheck stub is out of date, something like that. So it's usually nothing major, but we do need those conditions cleared, so that way when the appraisal gets returned, we can then push your file back to the underwriter for final loan approval. So once final loan approval is granted, the file will typically go to a pre-closing quality control reviewer and then on to the closing department so that our closing package can be prepared for you. Now, one of the key changes in the mortgage world these days is that once the closing disclosure gets sent to you, that has to be acknowledged by you 3 days prior to closing, or closing would have to be pushed back. So it's very important that once you actually receive the closing disclosure, you acknowledge it quickly, so that way it starts that 3-day clock, and then we can discuss any questions that you might have about what that document says. So once we have that closing disclosure in your hands, really the next step is to for you to show up at closing with a valid photo ID and any certified funds that are needed for your closing. So make sure to stretch out your forearm before you arrive, because you're going to be signing quite a few documents, but you'll be a happy homeowner before you know it. So that's it in a nutshell, the big overview. So if you would like help going through this process, my team would be honored to assist with this, and just contact us at the information below and we'll get right on it for you. Thanks again for visiting my blog today, and have a great day. Bye-bye.